Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be designing a horizontal layout for the next week in October in my catch-all planner. So come plan with me. And I've got a few highlighters here ready to go, along with some washi tapes I may use, these Happy Planner sticker books, and this Planning Things sticker book, which I'll pull from. Okay, you guys, so I am going to lay down some wax paper to get things started. And I have these leftover fall leaves from the Seasonal Vibe sticker book from Planning that I thought would make a nice decor item for this week's spread. I'm also going to pull in some quotes from the Essential Season sticker book from the Happy Planner, and then maybe a few other little items in between some of those Happy Planner sticker books. I was just searching through, not really sure exactly what all I wanted to use out of that Planning Things sticker book. And so I started to pull in the leaves and then decided to just look around and see what else I might be bringing in to get a better feel for how I can achieve this layout. I don't have a ton of decor. There is some. Obviously, there are about half a sheet's worth of leaves and acorns. And my idea was to create a nice border around the spread. I'm going to basically do this little hack that I've learned to do, which is to border two sides of my spread, and then basically as I'm laying down those stickers, trying to leave about half of the sticker off of the page so that I can use that other half of the sticker for the opposite border. It makes the stickers go a lot farther if you don't have that much to work with. So that's my technique for this. And hopefully I'll have enough to fully border the entire spread when I'm done. So you're going to see me basically only set up these two sides, one short side and one long side. And again, I'll be using the other half of each of those stickers on the opposite edges. So what I'm doing here is I first lay down the bigger leaves and the various colors, just trying to mix them up so that each side had a good variation of larger and smaller leaves and each of the colors from those leaves. Since I had a somewhat limited supply, I wanted to lay those in first, and now I'm going through and filling in the gaps with those acorn stickers, since that's what I have the most of and can kind of use those more as filler. I'm dropping them in, trying to vary the sizes again and what's next to what, as well as leaving some areas half off, that sort of thing. Just, again, keeping everything in mind as far as how I'm going to be using the other half of the sticker as well on the other border. I was actually able to really make these stickers go pretty far. Again, if this was just a normal, spread, it would only have two borders covered. But using this technique, I can really spread it into all four sides. And making a few little adjustments down here just to get everything to fit. I'm playing around with things. I did notice there were a few smaller acorns in a couple of other sticker collections here in the book. So I'm going to try to pull in a couple of these just again to fill in the gaps where I see them. Now that those are in, we're going to start laying in some functional decor. I'm pretty much pulling the colorful boxes, if you will, from that same Planning Things sticker book, since the colors match up really nicely. And then I'll be pulling in like the quotes and the little headers, mainly from the Happy Planner sticker book, since there is a plethora of those to be found in there. I will say that I hardly ever go to Happy Planner anymore for decor stickers, at least in the more recent books, because there's really just not enough to complete a full spread, I feel like. And I really love Plaything sticker books because they are full of decor, but one place where they do lack are quote stickers. So it's nice if you can find two coordinating sticker books like a Happy Planner and a Planning Thing, where you can get lots of decor, lots of quotes and detail stickers, and nice colorful coordinating boxes. The combination of those two has been my go-to this season. So as you can see, I am building out just some functional areas in and around using those quotes and colorful boxes. I already cut a long yellow box in half and I'm using that as off the edge box stickers, along with adding in some little headers and quotes from that Happy Planner sticker book for some detail items. Playing around with the placement too. I like to keep things functional on my spread. I never would want to cover an entire day with stickers where I can't really use it functionally. So I'm working out how to best balance the spread and keep things, like I said, functional. I'm also mixing in the color scheme as I go, trying to vary the colors a bit and add a little bit of each of the colors from the spread in each cluster. So I think I'm getting to where I want to be as far as clusters, but I need a little bit more detail. So I'm going to start pulling in the washi tapes that I pulled. I've got this really cute brown grid washi from the Planning Thing, and then a couple of solid color washis from, I think, maybe a collection I either picked up on Stationery Pal or Amazon. All of the items that I am using will be linked down below if it still exists. Some of the sticker books that I use are old, so I will try to find a link if it exists so that you guys can track it down if you do like the stickers that you're seeing in there. But for the most part, I at least add the name of it in case you want to do a hunt and find situation for something that you really love. Otherwise, there'll be a link right next to it. And as you can see, I am pulling in a little bit more of that deep orange color, which I think is a really nice. Since there really wasn't a deep orange colorful box to pull in, I'm using that washi tape to really accent that color. But mainly the two main colors of the spread are the brown and the yellow, and the orange is more of an accent. Just some design tips for you guys. It's really good to use the 60-30-10 rule when you're using more than two colors. So if you're going to go with three, it's good to do 60% of one color and then 30% of a sub color, and then a highlight color or a accent color would be your 10%. That is a technique to get a good balance of color and not make things feel too overwhelming as far as, just too much coming at you at once. So I would say that the main color here would be the yellow at 60%, the brown being the 30%, and then the orange being like the 10%. And I do this sort of subconsciously at this point, but if you're new to this idea, definitely really kind of plan it out and think about it if you're having trouble getting a good color balance on your own spreads. It'll make a huge difference. And again, I'm really just working through some of these clusters and thinking about where I'm placing things on each of the days. So as I'm laying things in, I'm visually checking where I have a space each day for my checklist and my focus box or focus area. I have to have at least a little bit of space for the focus area, and if not, a functional box for that, and then also a nice space, I would say about a third to a half of each day for a good long to-do list. That is just the way that I plan, and if I can't get those in, it's not going to work for me throughout the week, and I'll just be frustrated. So it's just better to have a not so stellar design, but it's functional, than to have a really gorgeous design and not be able to use the page at all. That's how I plan. That's my rule of thumb. So that said, we're going to start moving things over. I have whited out the black lines on the edges where those leaves are going to touch and the acorns, so that there's no crossover into the black line from those clear stickers. The clear stickers, they show through pretty well, so I can get away with the gray lines. With the black lines, I do like to have nice and cleaned up so that it's not distracting coming through from the clear background of the sticker. And here you're going to see how I go about that whole border technique. I like to butt up the edges when I can and just lay down the stickers right where the half line is so that I get a little bit on each side. This one was a little bit tricky because I tried to do it right off of the wax paper, and that just did not go very well. It did cut over on the one page pretty well, but then getting it lined up on the other page was a little bit tricky. Also, too, I hand cut my own inserts, so they're not perfect. So you can kind of see there at the top, there's a little bit of a gap as opposed to where it lines up on the bottom. So just some little adjustments I need to make to as I'm going through to get the most out of those stickers. You can see how easy it was to create that border all along the side edges. For the bottom and top, what I'm going to do is just start giving myself a guideline for where the stickers are going to go, and then butt up the actual borders of the two bottoms of the pages to make that work, which is not how I laid it out, if you can kind of see. So the bottom half is going to be a bit of almost like a mirror image, but not quite. A repetition maybe would be a better way to say, of the same stickers next to each other on the bottom, and then the same for the top, just because that's how it works out when you have the two pages side by side. Just something to think about too when you're designing your spread, because if you're not ready for that, you may be using some decor that you didn't realize was going to repeat. So the top edges are going to have the same sticker halves and the bottom edges, if you will. And so I ended up placing these guys by hand instead of doing that wax paper roll off, mainly for ease and so that I can make some small adjustments now that I had the side borders in to really balance out the color. And that worked out really well. I am separating them out with my precision cutter and my little cutting mat behind that, just to get a nice straight line. And I was just following the edges of the paper itself for ease, as opposed to putting in a ruler, because sometimes when I use a ruler, it will actually cut a straight line, but because my paper might not be straight, it will start to cut into one side or the other. So just following the border of the page tends to work pretty well in this application. And now I basically dropped in all of those sticker clusters that I started with. Did want to make a quick adjustment here on this one on the top, since it is going to be basically completely covering one of the stickers. So I'm just going to pull that out and maybe try to replace that sticker that was going to be covered somewhere else. And that looks good. Found a good home for that. I also realized I wanted to add a little bit more of that grid washi up here, so I'll drop that in and push down all of the stickers as well, just to get a good adherence, since the technique does tend to have things be not stuck down too solidly at first. And finally, I'm going to go through and add in some checklists using these Daiso highlighters. And once I'm done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.